The single lap down. Starting out front all alone will be the 36 machine of Henry Junker. The 19 of Jacob Demmel. Then it'll be the 97 of Levi Haas. The 93 of Kate Knops. Rounding out the top 5 in the restart lineup will be the mover and shaker of Brantley Lamb. Brantley started outside the 4th row, going to restart this one 5th after just a single scored lap. So a good opening circuit for the 5B of Brantley Lamb. Right behind Brantley will be the 26 of Kimber Zimmer, who has swept into that spin in turn 3. And rounding out the field will be the 4 of Lucas Pettit. Looks like the 99 K of Jacob Core, unfortunately done early. Jacob sits idle down in the infield after that spin. And the resulting contact. Single file restart for our Rbox competitors. The 36 of Junker setting the pace as they work their way into 3. They get to the restart zone, put the hammer down, and the green flag is in the air. Once again, we see our top 3 trying to pull away as the 5B of Lamb makes another pass, works into the top 4. The 93 of Kate Knops with a spin in turn 2, shot across the bow of the 26 of Kimber Zimmer, and those two made hard contact as Knops slid down towards the infield. Zimmer with a head of steam coming out of 2. Piled into the 93 of Knops. The best news, though, Knops able to refire that machine and pull away from the scene of the incident with no problem. Of course, the Rbox class, a class designed for the youngsters who are trying to get their feet wet. Beginner wing kart class for racers aged 5 to 8 years old. So not only are we watching some great green flag battles for position, we're also watching youngsters learn the craft behind the wheel, learn the sport, test the limits, learn the limits, and adapt to the limits. Unfortunately, it looks like the 97 of Levi Haas has pulled down into the infield. Levi back under power. Dad runs down, takes a look, gets a thumbs up from the driver. Levi Haas back out on the track. Restart lineup will have the 36 of Junker setting the pace. Right behind Junker's 36 machine will be the 19 of Demmel. Again, 5 to 8-year-olds in these Rbox racers. So as fans and family members and racers, we cut them a little slack if it takes us a little extra time to get them lined up. As I said, they are learning just as much behind the wheel as they are learning simple things like this as the restart, realignment, preparing for the restart. Junker, Demmel, and the 97 of Haas, 1, 2, 3.
The 26. 26.
Then it'll be the 93 of Knops, the 5B of Lamb, the 26 of Zimmer, and the 4 of Pettit. That'll be your restart order. Driver's got the 1 to go signal from official starter Levi atop the flag stand. Looks like we have one cart out of order. The 4 of Pettit. Will be brought up one position ahead of the 26. Then we should be ready to go. Lucas Pettit. There, Lucas. Gets around the 26, and the 26 will drop to the tail end of the field.
With the 93.
Racers will get the one to go signal again this time by Junker, Demel, and Haas, top 3. They've made it clear in the prior starts that their carts are ready to pull away from the competition. It'll be interesting to see if Brantley Lamb and the 5B will be able to close the gap on the top 3. Green flag is in the air. Rbox main event back underway. Brantley Lamb immediately takes a look to the inside of Knops in turn number 2. Lamb takes over the number 4 spot. Knops back to 5th. Still out front, the 36 of Henry Junker. Demel 2nd, Haas 3rd. And Brantley Lamb and that 5B is most definitely closing the gap. And again, the 93 of Knops loops it all alone in turn number 2. Slides down into the infield. Kate's got that cart refired. That'll be the first caution attributed to the 93. Kate's been swept into a couple of cautions already, but that'll be her first. Kate will drop to the tail end of the lineup as the cause of that caution, and it looks like we've got the rest of the field in the correct starting order. So with a couple of laps down, officially scored for our Rbox competitors, we will prepare to bring them back up to speed again. Again, a big welcome to those of you watching online via the live streaming coverage with MBTV Sports on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome to Cannon River Raceway. It's our first main event of the Sunday evening portion of our Cannon River Rumble. The Rbox racers on the track battling. And Brantley Lamb has indeed done what we suspected, raced not only into the top 4, into the top 3 now as Lamb works past the 97 of Levi Haas. Brantley going to try and close the gap on the top 2. Might we end up with a 3-cart battle for the lead? Haas running all alone. Lucas Pettit up to 5th now. Jacob Demel in that 19, just turning in the race's fast lap, a 13.670 second circuit of the Cannon River Raceway. Demel looking racy, taking a look to the inside of your leader, and Demel will go around in turn number 3. Caution. Finally flies. Jacob Demel. I had just mentioned he had turned in the race's fastest lap. That momentum allowed him to make a charge into turn number 1, come up alongside the 36 of Henry Junker. Simply ran out of room in turn number 2. Right front tire of Demel's number 19 catching the left rear of Junker's number 36. Lightened up the rear end, and that's all she wrote for the Owatonna racer as around went the 19, spun down into the infield. So the 19 of Jacob Demel. Will drop to the tail end of the field as the cause of that caution. It'll still be Junker, your race leader, and now Brantley Lamb up to 2nd. Levi Haas back into his familiar position, 3rd in the running order. Lucas Pettit bouncing back from an early race spin. Will restart 4th. Then it'll be the 26 of Zimmer, the 93 of Knops, and the 19 of Demmel, rounding out our restart order, single file restart for our Rbox competitors. Drivers getting the one to go signal, not only from Levi atop the starter stand, but also race director Jeff Subert via the Receivers communication system that allows our race director to talk to the drivers. Junker sees the green flag and our Rbox main event back underway. Good jump by Junker. Brantley Lamb going to try and make up a little bit of the lost ground on that restart. Levi Haas holding on to third. Lucas Pettit, fourth. Kimber Zimmer, fifth. The 93 of Knops. Rounding out the running order in sixth because the 19 of Demmel has dropped to the infield. Demmel off the track. Challenge for the lead in two. Brantley Lamb saw an opening that disappeared immediately. Nice save by Lamb as that cart got sideways. He was able to race out of it. No caution. 9 laps down. This time we're at the halfway point. 10 down, 10 to go of this 20-lap feature for our Rbox class racers. Thus far, it's been Henry Junker at the front of the field after taking the top spot from the 19 of Demmel. Nice three-cart battle for fourth, fifth, and sixth. Pettit's got it. Zimmer and Knops won it. They were side by side, fanned out a bit. We'll see if that happens again coming out of turn number 4. Single file down the front straightaway for that three-cart battle for fourth, fifth, and sixth. There's your leaders again at the line. Henry Junker, unfazed by a couple of taps from challengers. Brantley Lamb, second. Levi Haas beginning to lose sight of the top two. Now, things about ready to get dicey because our top two are closing in on this intense three-cart battle at the tail end of the field. Now, Junker and Lamb are going to have to figure out how to tiptoe through the competition. Junker takes a look to the inside, now thinks the outside. Works around the outside of the 26, now shoots back down to the bottom on the front straightaway. A little indecisive by your race leader, Junker. Here's Brantley Lamb into the mix. Brantley Lamb takes the lead, but is again boxed in behind the 26 of Zimmer. Kate Knops spins to the infield. No caution. We stay green. And the lead goes back to Junker in the 36. Junker slides high in 3 and 4. Brantley Lamb works underneath. At the line, a new leader. The 5B of Brantley Lamb out front. Lamb's got a jam car or two between the 5B and the 36. The 36 gets into the 26 in 3 and 4. And even though the 26 was back underway, the caution flag flies, so we will slow them down to regroup. So Brantley Lamb and the 5B slicing and dicing through heavy traffic, able to work past the 36 of Henry Junker. Lamb, your race leader now. Henry Junker trying to keep up with a race leader, brought a head of steam into turn 3 and 4, got into the 26 of Kimber Zimmer. So the 36 of Junker is going to be dropped to the tail end of the field for the restart as the cause of that caution. The benefactor of this caution will be the 97 of Levi Haas, who will get to restart second. And these youngsters will have a green-white checker battle to the finish for this Rbox feature.
All right, Hunter, just put the 36 in the back and the lineup should be good.
So the 5B of Brantley Lamb. Will be your race leader on the restart. The 97 of Levi Haas will try to work around the 36. There we get Levi. Around the 36. Levi will restart second. Lucas Pettit in the 4 will restart third. The 26 of Kimber Zimmer will restart fourth. Now, I believe the official scoring is showing the 4 and the 26 a lap down to the top 2.
I don't know if it's good anymore, Dan.
The 36 of Junker still on the lead lap, but dropping to the tail end of the field as the cause of that caution. So visually, it might be a little difficult to follow, but the top 2 on the lead lap, 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the restart order, a lap down, and then the 36 at the tail end of the pack on the lead lap, but starting at the tail end is the cause of the caution. Green flag is out. Brantley Lamb leads the field in and out of 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Levi Haas running second. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go for the 5B of Brantley Lamb, who started outside of row 4, battled through the field, had a chance to work past every single competitor out there. Brantley Lamb will pick up the $660 winner's pay as the champ of the Rbox main event. The 97 of Levi Haas across the line second with a $260 payday. And the unofficial 3rd place finisher, I believe, will be the 36 of Henry Junker with a $130 payday. We will bring our top 3 finishers down into the Matt Demmel Trucking Victory Lane. Remember, Matt and Melissa Demmel out of Owatonna, Minnesota, run a 20 to 25 truck establishment, mostly running hopper trailers, specializing in pet food ingredients and grains. They haul product throughout the Midwest. They've been huge supporters of the formation of Cannon River Raceway from day 1. They are the title sponsor of the Cannon River Raceway Victory Lane. So each of our feature winners will celebrate, in the Matt Demmel Trucking Victory Lane here at Cannon River Raceway. The top 3 finishers will be down there for a celebration. Unofficial 3rd place finisher will be the 36 of Henry Junker. Unofficial 2nd place finisher will be the 97 of Levi Haas. But already out of the cart, battling from outside the 4th row starting position. Just now, pulling the helmet off. Race fans, have a nice round of applause for your Rbox feature winner, the 5B of Brantley Lamb.
4 was a lap down.
Okay, the 4 was a lap down. The 36, yeah, okay. All right. Oh my gosh.
Thanks we have for Cannon River Raceway. Midwest Machinery, one of our other large sponsors. Midwest Machinery is a full-service John Deere dealership with many locations. The Cannon Falls store was our very first marketing partner here at Cannon River Raceway. So stop into Cannon Falls store for all your John Deere needs and support the business that supports your community and our racetrack.
That was the correct call.
Now, as we get everything settled on here, we'll start off with our lineup for our next main event, Junior Wing. 8 entries tonight, 20 laps. Starting off on the inside of row number 1, we have the 17 out of Thorpe, Wisconsin, Cal Haas. Outside of row number 1, sponsored by Gervais Wealth Management, Larson Building and Remodeling, Demo Logistics, and Advantage Agri-Services, we have the 3J of Jonathan Pettit III. Inside of row number 2, out of Stanley, Wisconsin, the 44 of Reese Smith.
Jeff, I will be taking pictures for you tonight.
Outside of row number 2, 7C of Charlie Wolbeck out of Bertram, Minnesota. Inside row number 3, we're going to end up seeing the Martin's Milk Service, Martin Warehousing, Pat's Motorsports, Mill Road Auto Repair, Frenchville Trailer Sales, Precision Marine, Truck Country, Wilson's Sugar Shack, and River Valley Chiropractic backed 8 of Alan Byrne out of Trempealeau, Wisconsin. Next to Alan, we got the 14 of Archer Hoffbeck out of Randolph, Minnesota. Then inside that 4th and final row, we have the 98 of Axel Haas out of Boyd, Wisconsin. And rounding out the field, we'll have the 19 of Mike and Iverson out of Galesville, Wisconsin. Now, for these junior wing classes, we're going to be the race here is for first place going to be $330 tonight. So a pretty good chunk of change for these junior wing racers. Now, these are going to be kids ages 7 to 12. This is going to be the next class after Rbox. So it can be a pretty competitive class. So that class that we just saw out there last, this will be that next step up for those racers. Give them a chance to work a little more magic as they work their way up the rankings. So again, they're going to be battling tonight for $330 to win, which for a 12-year-old, pretty good chunk of change there. As a reminder, 8 racers in this 20-lap main event for Junior Wing. Haas and Pettit III in row 1, Smith and Wolbeck row 2, Byrne and Hoffbeck row 3, and Axel Haas and Mike and Iverson rounding out the pack. Seems as though 7 of the 8 racers made it out onto the track right now. Seem to be missing the 19 of Mike and Iverson. Oh, 14, my bad. The 14 of Archer Hoffbeck. There we go. Hoffbeck making his way onto the track. Gonna give Hoffbeck a chance to get up and get into his spot. And then we will be junior wing racing. Eight racers, 20 laps. Green flag is out. We are junior wing racing. Nice little battle up front, side-by-side action for those top 3 spots. But the early race leader is going to be the 17 of Haas, but he's got close competition with that 3J of Pettit III right on his tail. Don't count out the 44 of Reese Smith, though, also side-by-side. Single file throughout the pack. 17 of Cal Haas, still your race leader. Nice little battle developing there for 3rd and 4th between Smith and the 14 of Hoffbeck. Single file coming out of 4. 17 of Cal Haas gonna take another lap. Fastest lap time of this race so far going to Cal Haas, racing a 12.725 second lap. Almost a second gap between the 17 of Haas and the 3J of Pettit III. We got a nice little space, about a second and a half before we get back to the 14 of Hoffbeck. And just like that, we got a little scuffle coming in 3 and 4. Looks like everyone's going to make it out of there, though. No caution going to be thrown on that, so we're still green flag racing. As the 17 of Cal Haas takes another flag. Starting to space out those top 3, but now the battle's looking to be for 4th and 5th between Smith and the 8 of Byrne. But don't count out the 7C of Wolbeck, though. All 3 of those racers going for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And we got a nice little battle at the back for 7th and 8th as well. Cal Haas setting another race lap time record. 12 and a half seconds. No racers ahead of him. All this room to speed up faster and faster. Haas, Pettit III, and Hoffbeck still your top 3. Nice little change for 4th, though, as Charlie Wolbeck makes their way up to 4th. 7C taking over that 4th place spot. As the 44 of Smith goes a lap down. Now this is where things could get interesting. The 17 of Haas making their way through lap traffic now. Already past the 44 of Smith, setting their eyes on the 98 of Axel Haas. And it looks like the night's over for the 44 of Reese Smith. They're pulling it into the infield. Single file throughout the field. Cal Haas, Pettit III, Hoffbeck your top 3. A little bit of space before we get back to the 14. Before we get back to the 7C of Wolbeck. Nice little battle developing there for 4th and 5th between Wolbeck and Iverson. 5 laps left to go in this junior wing feature event. Yellow flag is out, though, as the 3J of Jonathan Pettit III spins around in second. Holding on to second place, spun by himself in 2. So this is going to give our racers a chance to regroup, reline up, get all situated again. We might see some good battles develop out of this one. We had some tight racing going on at the back of the field. This is going to give our racers a chance to restack up. 3J going around in 2, sponsored by Gervais Wealth Management, Cada Concrete, Larson Building and Remodeling, Demo Logistics, Advantage Agri-Services, and Pettit Racing Products. That spin's going to bring him to the back of the pack, though. See if he'll be able to work his way back up. He was sitting in second. And this brings him back to 7th. I believe we'll have 6 laps left to go. We'll see if the 3J of Pettit is going to be able to make his way back up there. Green flag is out. We're back to junior wing racing. 17 of Cal Haas still holding on to first. The 14 of Archer Hoffbeck tight on his tail. And just like that, the 3J of Pettit spins around. He's able to save it, though. Not going to cause that caution. Battle for second and third between the 14 of Hoffbeck and the 19 of Iverson. Iverson coming into the play now. Iverson ducking down low, trying to get that second place spot. Not quite able to get it in 1 and 2, though. Showing that front tire, though. Hoffbeck knows he's there. And around we go in turns 4. The 7C of Wolbeck going around. Going to cause a caution here. Give our racers another chance to regroup. Wolbeck was in 4th. Tucked it a little too tight there in 4, went around. as we give our racers a chance to reline up. We're going to see Cal Haas out front, as he has been the whole race. 14 of Archer Hoffbeck following behind him in second. 19 of Iverson in third. Followed by the 8 of Byrne, the 98 of Axel Haas, 3J of Pettit, and the 7C of Wolbeck, rounding out our now 7-cart main event. One to go this time by. We'll be letting them loose as they come out of 4. As a reminder, these kids out here are racing for $330 to win. Green flag is out. We're back to junior wing racing. Hoffbeck looks to the outside, ducks it down low. Cal Haas still holding on to the lead. Hoffbeck right behind him, though, in second. We have a nice switch for third. The 8 of Byrne moving up past the 19 of Iverson. And just like that, the 14 of Hoffbeck from second, ducking down to the inside. White flag is out, one more lap to go for the 17 of Haas. No challengers right behind him, but with the 14 ducking to the infield, we now have the 8 of Byrne into second, 19 of Iverson in third. Checkered flag is out. Win's going to go to the 17 of Cal Haas. The 8 of Alan Byrne going to take second. 19 of Mike and Iverson going to hold on for third. 17 of Cal Haas going home. $330 richer this evening. Unofficial top 3. Looking to be the 17 of Haas taking the win. 8 of Byrne in second, the 19 of Iverson in third. We'll give our drivers a chance to get their gear off. Helmets off on this hot afternoon. Give them a chance to step out of their carts. Once again, as we see our drivers step out of the cart, put your hands together for your feature winner, the 17 of Cal Haas.
Victory celebrations continue down in the Matt Demmel Trucking Victory Lane for that junior wing main event that just wrapped up. Some great battles through the field that you got to witness via the live streaming coverage. Compliments of MBTV Sports on Facebook and YouTube. If you're not watching their varied motorsports coverage through the year, make sure that you tune them in, like them, share, and follow them often.
Go straight on, yeah. Make sure you got a camera.
MBTV Sports doing a great job covering local.
Good picture.
Providing some great streaming coverage of our green flag action here today. Day number 3 of our Cannon River Rumble, at the Cannon River Raceway. Next up, we'll have our Junior 1 flat card main event. We'll have a trio of competitors rolling out shortly once we finish up our Matt Demmel Trucking Victory Lane celebrations. This gives me an opportunity to say thanks to another great supporter of Cannon River Raceway, the Heating Dude out of Cannon Falls, Minnesota. Now, the Heating Dude is a family-owned company founded on honesty and integrity. They are there when you need them. Another great local business giving back to the community. Check them out on Facebook. Give them a like and give them a call if you need their services. The Heating Dude, another great supporter of Cannon River Raceway. Again, quick reminder that exactly a year ago, there was nothing here. No racetrack, no Armco barriers, no Matt Demmel Victory Lane, no water truck. Jeff Subert and family and a lot of friends and supporters whipped up what we get to enjoy here, usually on Saturday nights here in Cannon Falls. Tonight, Sunday night action as night number 3 of this 3-day Cannon River Rumble special event. Junior 1 flat carts will be next out onto the Cannon River Raceway. Next group gathering in staging while our Junior 1 flat cart competitors are battling towards the checkered flag will be the Junior 2-3 flat carts.
One more coming off the gate. The last one. Has to make sure we get a picture. Get a picture straight on.
Junior 1 flat carts headed towards the Cannon River Raceway now. They exit the track via turn number 4. We'll have 3 racers in this Junior 1 flat cart main event. Same 3 we saw earlier tonight for their dash. Isaac Demmer from Ellendale with a 21, Ethan Demmer from Ellendale with a 6, and Vincent Abbott from Tomah, Wisconsin with a 59. 3 carts, Junior 1 flat cart main event. Green flag is in the air. Junior 1 flat cart main event underway. Isaac Demmer immediately able to pull away from the 6 of Ethan Demmer. About the same separation from first to second, and second back to third. Now Isaac begins the process of stretching that advantage from his race-leading number 21 back to the number 6 and the 59 of Ethan Demmer and Vincent Abbott, second and third. Will be a 20-lap run for our Junior 1 flat cart trio. Isaac Demmer on our regular Saturday night programs, current point leader in this Junior 1 flat cart class, followed by Vincent Abbott in second. This weekend, again, not points-paying weekend towards our regular season point standings. But some good money on the line for our Junior 1 flat cart competitors. A couple $100 to win for whoever gets to the checkered flag first. At this point in time, it sure appears that barring any unforeseen circumstances, it might be Isaac in that number 21. I tell you, the thing that Isaac is doing so well is running such a smooth lap. Lap after lap after lap. That cart is smooth and comfortable, not overdriving it. No sliding, not having to fight the wheel. And when you can tack together 5, 10, 15 laps in comfort with smooth precision like this, you end up developing a lead on the competition like we're seeing right now. It's an entire straightaway from Isaac Demmer in the 21 back to the 6 of Ethan Demmer. 14-second laps for all 3 of the carts out there. 14.2-second lap for your race leader, who's just now headed into 1 and 2. Hair-raising moment there for Vincent Abbott in turn number 2. That cart got all sorts of sideways and squirrely. Vincent was able to drive out of it, though. Nice save by the Tomah, Wisconsin racer. Just past the halfway point. 12 laps in, 8 to go for this 20-lap Junior 1 flat cart main. And Isaac Demmer is now closing the gap on Vincent Abbott's number 59. Abbott, if caught and passed, will be, and Abbott goes around just as I'm mentioning. Oh, going to keep that cart under power. Caution going to come out. Race leader sneaking by. Threading the needle between the spinning 59 and the steel barriers on the outside of turn 2 there. Vincent was able to keep the cart moving. Keep it under power, rather, I should say, but the caution had flown, so we will regroup. It'll be Demmer, Abbott in the restart order, the 21, the 6, and then the 59. So it'll be the 21, the 6, and the 59 in the restart positions. The order that they were running as that caution came out. Boy, technically, I think Abbott kind of dodging a bullet there. Not going a lap down as the caution flew. So I believe unofficially Vincent's still on the lead lap. Isaac quickly pulls away. Now a two-cart battle for second and third. Ethan Demmer running second. Vincent Abbott running third. Vincent doing a little better job right now, staying with the 6 of Ethan Demmer. So that is a battle for position, if my scoring is correct. Vincent gets just a little upset between 3 and 4, and that allows Ethan Demmer to pull away a bit, open up a two-car length separation from second to third. Isaac Demmer in the 21, Ethan Demmer in the 6, Vincent Abbott in the 59. Vincent has clawed back from that near spin and actually going to throw a challenge at Ethan Demmer down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Vincent Abbott up to second now. Ethan Demmer back to third in the running order. White flag will be out for Isaac Demmer. One more lap to go for the 21 machine. So that was a pass worth $70 for Vincent Abbott because it's 60 for third, 130 for second, I believe. Checkered flag is out. The 21 of Isaac Demmer going to get the win. Vincent Abbott will cross the line second, and the 6 of Ethan Demmer will round out the top 3. So I misspoke. It was a $25 pass from third to second, 50 for third, 75 for second, but a cool $200 payday for Isaac Demmer, who kept that 21 smooth and fast and raced his way into the Matt Demmel Trucking victory lane as our Junior 1 flat cart feature winner. All 3 carts across the scales just behind the Heating Dude billboard in the infield of the Cannon River Raceway. So as our feature winner, removes his helmet, prepares to stand up from the reclined driver's seat of the 21 machine. We will invite you race fans to put your hands together and make some noise for your feature winner in the Junior 1 flat cart feature. Let's hear it for Isaac Demmer.
Word from the race director up here. Rbox and Junior Wing have been cleared through their techs. So we are all good to go on those first two classes of the evening. We've now just completed our Junior 1 flat cart. Moving on to our Junior 2-3 flat carts next. It's going to be 6 racers, 20 laps for Junior 2-3 flat carts. Going for a cool $330 tonight to win. $330 to win for these Junior 2-3 flat cart racers.
All right, 1 through.
As our Junior 2-3 flat carts start to make their way onto the track, we get our Junior 1 flat carts off the track. Let's go and chat over our starting lineup now, shall we? Starting out on the inside of row number 1, out of Dorchester, Wisconsin, the 56 of Allison Blazel. Outside of her, 66 of Isaiah Hughes out of Toma, Wisconsin. Racing the Ridgeview Construction LLC, Shorty's Creations, Cranberry Lord, Off the Hook Guide Service, Junior 2-3 flat cart today. Inside row number 2, the Midwest Motorsports Yalby Inflatables backed 76 of Carson Mish from Bloomington, Wisconsin. Beside him, we got the 19 Gillis Tree Care Midwest Concrete and Masonry Mechanical Systems, 19 of Tatum Gillis from Northfield, Minnesota. Inside row number 3, Backwoods Electric, Triple J Western Shop, Fountain Motel, Rudding Ridge Outfitters, RL Maintenance, River Rat Saloon LLC, Stacy's Deja Vu Salon, Twin Maples Ranch, Tinker Mel's Studio, the Gusho family, Grandma and Mom and Dad are back in the 29 of Noah Pollock from Alma, Wisconsin. And rounding out the field today, outside of row number 3, we got the 3 of Carter Brown. 6 racers, 20 laps for this Junior 2-3 flat cart race. So unlike the last class where you had racers ages 7 to 11, Junior 2-3 flat cart, these are going to be racers between the ages of 12 to 15. So it's going to be a more advanced flat cart class than what we just saw last time out. This class has a less restricted motor than Junior 1, which allows the drivers to use the equipment they have with some small mods. And just like that, we're going to put the lights out. One more lap to go under caution before we go green flag Junior 2-3 flat cart racing this evening. Once again, racing for $330 to win. 6 racers, 20 laps. Green flag is out. We're Junior 2-3 flat cart racing. Nice little battle for the top 3 spots. Gonna take out most of our racers. We got some spins. Looks like the 56 of Blazel was collected, the 19 of Gillis, and we got one more racer over there as well. Just about everyone caught up in that little scuffle in between 1 and 2. One of our competitors went around. Just about every other racer had to go into an avoidance spin to make sure they weren't fully collected in that. We're gonna stop our racers here on the front stretch, get them all restarted here in their correct starting orders. Looks like it's the 29 of Noah Pollock that's still back in turn 2. Gonna get that card all situated before we get back to some green flag action. The racer is okay. It seems like their air filter came off, though, in that little scuffle. So getting the air filter back onto the cart, getting things all situated. Now we're going to get that cart all started up so that Pollock can make their way back into the race to start things off. And just, said it too soon. Pollock got all fired up, ran into the wall again. So we're going to get him refired. And then we'll be all good to go green flag action racing. Seems as though Pollock had some issues with his cart after that crash, so we're actually going to bring him into the infield. Unfortunately, his night's over. Not going to be collecting that cool $330. Pollock racing the Backwoods Electric Triple J Western Shop, Twin Maples Ranch, Tinkermelt Studio, pulling it off for the evening. But just like that, we're down to 5 racers in this 20-lap feature. We're relined back up for this Junior 2-3 flat cart race. Green flag is out. We're back to green flag action. Nice little battle for the lead, but it's going to be the 56 of Blazel that holds on to the front. 76 of Mish moving up. And just like that, we have a pass for second. The 3 of Carter Brown making his way up to second, setting his sights on the 56 of Blazel. Going down low on the backstretch. Brown now up to the lead. We have a new race leader, ladies and gentlemen. Brown, Blazel, Mish, your top 3. 19 of Gillis and the 66 of Hughes going to round out your field. Single file throughout the pack. The 3 of Brown slowly but surely pulling ahead, setting faster lap times, racing a 12.682 last time around. Nice little battle for second though. Blazel's got second, Mish wants second. Mish is going to make the move down below. Try to get up side by side and going to knock into Blazel, going to spin it around, going to cause a caution. Tried to make that low line work. Didn't quite get there though. Sent him into the infield. As we get our racers all relined up. It's going to end up being Brown starting out front. 56 of Blazel behind him. 19 of Gillis. 66 of Hughes. The 76 of Mish rounding out your field. As we get our racers reordered here, getting Gillis back up to his 3rd place spot on the starting grid. Running order is good on the track. So we'll be back to green flag action here in just a moment. Looks like we had a little bit of a false jump there. Lineup was good. We were going to give him one more lap before we flew the green flag. So we're going to get them relined up. Should be good to go.
Lineup is good. Going green this time.
Lineup is good. We will be going green this time by. Brown, Blazel, Gillis, Hughes, Mish, your running order going into this restart. Green flag is out. Brown gonna try to pull ahead. Blazel hot on his tail though. Slowly but surely, Brown pulling away. Brown, Blazel, Gillis, your top three. Mish trying to make moves though, already up from 5th to 4th. Looking at Gillis, trying to eye up that 3rd place spot. Nice little battle there going for 3rd and 4th. Might be a 3-way battle though between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th in just a couple moments. As the 19 of Gillis slowly but surely pulls up on the 56 of Blazel. Out front though, we got the 3 of Carter Brown holding on to that lead spot. Fastest lap time set of a 12.432 seconds. Nice 3-second gap between our leader and our 2nd place racer. Mish looking low, taking over that 3rd place spot as Gillis goes around in 4. Gonna hold on to it though. Not gonna draw a caution this time around. Brown holding on to the lead, Blazel in 2nd, Mish moved up to 3rd, Hughes to 4th, Gillis back to 5th now. Now the battle to keep an eye on is that battle for 2nd. With a half lap advantage, Brown is holding on strong to that 1st place spot, but just 0.2 seconds gapping our 2nd and 3rd place racers. Mish looks low, able to make the pass, nice and quick on Blazel, but it looks like Hughes has gone around. It is gonna draw the caution out. With Hughes drawing that caution, being sent to the back. Lucky for Allison Blazel on that one. Mish had just... Lucky for Allison Blazel on that one. Mish had just made the pass on her to gain a return back to 2nd on this restart. We're gonna give them the 1 to go sign. Blazel's got a 2nd life in her. So our restart's gonna look like Brown, Blazel, Mish, Gillis, Hughes. Halfway through this junior 2-3 flat cart race, 10 laps in, 10 to go. Green this time by. Setting the pace slow and steady on the back stretch. Into 3 and 4. Pedal to the metal, green flags out. Blazel looks high, tries to peek down low, nothing on Brown though. Brown, Blazel, Mish, your top 3. Hughes able to pass by after moving to the back of the field on that caution up to 4th. Brown slowly but surely pulling away from the rest of our field. Nice little battle there though, still between the 2nd and 3rd place racers of Blazel and Mish. Single file throughout the field. Lap after lap, Brown keeps setting lap time records for this race, now racing a 12.32 second lap. Over 3-second gap between him and the 2nd place of Allison Blazel. Brown with a commanding almost half lap advantage before we get back to the 2nd place racer of Allison Blazel. Mish still hot on her tail. Had been able to make the pass, but that caution drew by. Put him back to 3rd, and just like that, We're going to avoid another caution as Hughes goes around in 2. Almost drew the caution, but not quite. Gillis around in 2, though. That one is going to draw the caution. Nearly missed out on a caution there with Hughes going around in 2. But Gillis's spin in 2 is going to end up bringing that yellow flag by. So we'll get our carts all relined up.
No, 19.
Brown, Blazel, Mish, Hughes, Gillis going to be your starting lineup as we restart this race. Go back to green flag action. Lights are out. Green flag this time by. Brown, Blazel, Mish, Hughes, Gillis. Green flag is out. We're back to flat car racing. Side-by-side action as Mish gets pushed back to 4th, all the way back to 5th. We're having a green-white checkered. 1 lap left for Brown. Brown, Blazel, Hughes, Mish, Gillis. As Gillis goes around in 2, but the checkered flag is out. Brown gonna take your flat cart junior 2-3 feature race win today. $330 lining the pockets of the 3 of Carter Brown. Blazel going to hold on to that 2nd place spot. As we let our racers get all situated in the Matt Demmel Trucking victory lane, put your hands together for your feature race winner, the 3 of Carter Brown. Once again, unofficial results for that race. Going to be the 3 of Carter Brown taking the win. 56 of Allison Blazel holding on to 2nd, with the 66 of Isaiah Hughes rounding out your podium as we make our way onto our 125 250 wing feature event.
As we prepare for our next main event of the night, we sure do want to say thank you to the fine folks at Wheeling Electric out of Northfield, Minnesota. They've helped with track lights, caution lights, the Snack Shack concession stand, and the Cannon River Raceway here. Keep in mind for any of your commercial and farm electrical needs, Wheeler Electric. Great supporter of Cannon River Raceway. 125, 250 wings. Headed to the Cannon River Raceway for their 20-lap main event. Starting lineup will have Brexton Platts from Mason City, Iowa. Starting on the pole inside of row number 1 with a 13B machine. Outside of row number 1 will be the 2.0 of Cadott, Wisconsin's Jackson Helland. Racing with support this year from A+ Decorative Concrete, Cornell Lake Resort. T27 Racing, KC Electric, the Brown Hut, A&M Fiberglass, amongst others. And starting shotgun on the field, the 311 machine of Balsam Lake, Wisconsin's Jamison Shore in the Everly Construction Elite Automotive and Fab 311. Green flag is in the air, 125, 250 wing, main event underway. The 13B of Brexton Platts jumps out to an early race lead. Jamison Shore struggling with an ill-handling cart. Loose at both ends of the Cannon River Raceway. Now Jackson Helland trying to mount a charge and reel in your race leader, Brexton Platts. See if you can close the gap, challenge him for the lead. Three carts, 20 laps. The 311 machine loses it in 1 and 2, and the caution flies. Jamison Shore out of Balsam Lake, Wisconsin, has been struggling at both ends of the track in the first few laps with that Everly Construction, Midwest Powder Coating and Designs, Elite Automotive and Fab entry. With additional support this year from Nasty Engines, DTR Racing, the Patriots Den, not just a diner cafe, Gold Standard Chassis, Chills Lake Home Property Management, and Pico Loco, the 311 machine, is Jamison Shore. We'll see if Jamison will be able to keep that machine under control as we prepare to bring him back up to green flag conditions. Green flag is in the air. Brexton Platts and Jackson Helland going to be battling at the front of the field as they begin the process of pulling away from Shore's 311 machine. Platts has got it. Helland wants it. Helland closes the gap, driving it a bit deeper into turn number 3. Kart slides a bit between 1 and 2, scrubs off a little speed and momentum of the 2.0 machine. That allows Brexton Platts to remain your race leader. Helland looks like he's trying to figure out a way to set up a pass, trying to enter the turns a bit higher, present a crossover maneuver, come down to the bottom for the exit. Can't quite find the opening, looks again to the outside of the back straightaway. Crossover in 3 and 4. No opening. That time, Platts able to pull away just a bit. Opens up a 2-cart length advantage as they motate through turns 3 and 4. That time across the line, halfway through this 20-lap feature for the 125, 250 wing competitors. 10 down, 10 to go. That time 11 down as the top 2 cross beneath the green flag. Brexton Platts has fended off a couple of challenges for the lead by Jackson Helland. Helland has settled in a bit here in second. Actually loses a little ground that time in turn number 2. Now these top two will be closing in on the 311 of Jamison Shore. Within the next lap or two, we will see if Shore will present an opportunity maybe for Jackson Helland to use that 311 as a pick, get his 2.0 up alongside the 13B, maybe throw a late race challenge at him for the lead. But first, he's going to have to close the gap. The 13B of Platts has caught the 311 of Shore. 17 laps in the books that time across the line. Platts unable to get up alongside of Shore. Just as I say that, he does make the pass and puts Shore a lap down in turn number 4. Helen able to get by. White flag is out. One more lap to go for Brexton Platts. Jackson Helland also able to sneak past the 311, but again, an insurmountable separation from first to second. Checkered flag is out. Brexton Platts will take the win in the 125-250 wing main event. $200 winner for the driver of that 13B out of Mason City, Iowa. Brexton Platts with the W. Jackson Helland gave it everything he had, just could not quite get up there alongside the 13B, throw a challenge at him for the lead. Helland will settle for a second place finish. Jamison Shore a lap down to the top two, crossed the line in third with the 311. Our feature winner across the scales begins the process of rolling the 13B towards the Matt Demmel Trucking victory lane.
Ryan, can you hear me? Can you just go to the wing cart, make sure they have a 50 right rear on, please? Just the right rear. I gotta
Back the 13B of Platts into the Matt Demmel victory lane.
here, 55.
Give him an opportunity to pop the helmet off and climb out of that wing cart for a victory lane celebration. Got the gloves off, got the steering wheel off, loosens up the helmet. Taking a leisurely pace to climb out of this winged cart. Climbs out of that machine. Here comes your feature winner. Ready for a nice Matt Demmel Trucking victory lane celebration. How about a nice round of applause from Mason City, Iowa? It's Brexton Platts.
Tell him to put his headset on.
There's a moment in the Matt Demmel victory lane. Let's thank another sponsor we have, Jordan Graphics out of New Richmond, Wisconsin, doing all things from victory lane graphics to tumblers. They specialize in signs, wraps, and banners. They're the official sign company of Cannon River Raceway. Check out their Facebook page for all the creative designs they've done. Along with them, we also have Gillis Lawn and Tree Care, providing tree trimming, tree removal, stump grinding, storm damage cleanup, brush chipping, and mulching. They're the official sponsor of the lawn care here at the track. If you're ever looking for some help with your lawn care or tree service, make sure to give them a call. And along with them, we also have Cannon Custom Tank Wash, conveniently located off of Highway 52 in Cannon Falls. They're state-of-the-art truck, trailer, and tanker wash, offering custom interior and exterior washes, waxes, and acid washing. If you got a big truck or motorhome, stop on in and get it washed. We're going to give these 125-250 wings a chance to get off the track. Up next, however, though, we're going to have our Slingshot main event. 7 racers, 20 laps tonight, racing for $330 to win. Starting things off on the pole, We're going to have the Lock and Excavation and Drainage, George's of Geneva, Dylan Turk Custom Balling and Trucking, Demo Logistics, Coles Electric of Owatonna, Minnesota, B&M Trailers of Mankato, Minnesota, backed 19 of Jacob Demmel out of Owatonna on the pole. Beside him, we have the 21 of Isaac Demmer out of Ellendale, Minnesota. Inside row number 2, Ultra AVS, Oz Lifting Products, Solberg Design Concepts, sponsoring the 88 of Cashton Kaler out of Rolling Stone, Minnesota. Outside of row number 2, the 4S of Isaac Shaw from Dexter, Minnesota. Inside row number 3, we got Heath Johnson from Austin, Minnesota. And the 6 of Ethan Demmer out of Ellendale, Minnesota. Rounding out this 7-car pack, we have the 8+ of Taya Shaw from Stewartville, Minnesota. 7 racers, 20 laps in this Slingshot main event. So these Slingshots, these are going to be racers ages 8 and up. We got a mini modified with suspension. It's a very affordable class with some great racing involved. Once again, racing for $330 to win tonight in this Slingshot main event. Demmel and Demmer starting off your front row. Kaler and Shaw in the second. Johnson and Ethan Demmer in the third. And Taya Shaw rounding out the field. Lights are out. Green flag next time by. We've got them all grouped up going on to the back stretch. Rounding into turns 3 and 4. Green flag is out. We're Slingshot racing at Cannon River Raceway. 19 of Demmel going to be your early leader. The 88 of Kohler going in for second. But we got some spin outs in 1 and 2. Seems like a double Shaw spin out going to cause this caution. 4S of Isaac Shaw and the 8+ of Taya Shaw going round and round in 1 and 2. And with that, 4S of Isaac Shaw going to go the long way around the front stretch. Able to loop it back around. We'll give these racers a couple laps to resituate.
Guys, I want you to all go single file. Everyone single file, and I want you everyone single file. All we're going to do is try to run the double black, which is done single file.
Just the cards up here are just staying on for longer and just leave it as is so that they can get out of here.
Alright guys, double up going green. Double up going green.
Looks like we'll be going green this time by. We've got our racers in their starting order. Into turns 3 and 4. Green flag is out. We're back to Slingshot racing. Demmel, your early race leader. And Kaler goes into the 21 of Isaac Demmer, going to spin around. Looks like we got the 6 of Ethan Demmer and the 8+ of Taya Shaw going into an avoidance spin. Two cautions in, no laps. Sounds like we're going to start off single file for this restart. Demmel starting off at the front. 21 of Isaac Demmer starting second. 88 of Kaler is going to get his spot back. So we got Demmel, Isaac Demmer, Kaler, Isaac Shaw, Johnson, Ethan Demmer, and Taya Shaw rounding out your 7-car field. Giving these cars a minute to get situated as we get the 4S of Shaw in front of the 8 of Johnson. And just like that, it looks like our field is ready to go. Once again, 2 cautions in, no laps down, so we are going to start these bad boys in a single file restart. Our flagman Levi's given the 1 to go sign. 1 more lap till we start things off for this Slingshot main event. Lights are out. As we move on to the back stretch. Into turns 3 and 4, gonna bunch these cars up. And just like that, we're back to green flag racing. Demel with the early lead, the 21 of Isaac Demmer hot on his tail. Kaler and Shaw behind him. We make it through turn 2 without a caution. As we see a couple cars slide up in 4 and Johnson goes around. And that one is going to draw the caution again. Just about made it through the first lap without a caution. As we see a spin from Johnson up in turn 4. Got a little too high into the soft stuff. We're able to get Johnson back out onto the track though. Demel, Isaac Demmer. Your top 2 cars. Lights are out on the back stretch. Green is flying. This might be the one, ladies and gentlemen. Demel holding on strong. The 4S of Shaw looking down to the inside of the 21. Taya Shaw going high up in 1 and 2, able to make it through though. And just like that, we make it through the first lap, but Johnson goes high in 1, able to hold on to it though, not going to draw the caution. Demel, your early race leader, the 21 of Isaac Demmer, hot on his tail. Nice 2-way battle between the 4S of Isaac Shaw and the 88 of Kaler for 3rd and 4th. Kaler looking down low, gonna run into the 4S of Shaw though, spin him around. The 88 of Kaler tried to go low, didn't quite have enough room, got into the back end of the 4S of Isaac Shaw, sent him spinning around in 4.
Ahead of the 8 plus, 6 ahead of the 8 plus, 88 drops back.
88 did run into the back end of 4S, causing that spin out. So we are going to be sending the 88 of Kaler to the back. So it looks like it's going to be Demel, Demmer, Shaw, Demmer, Shaw, Johnson, Kaler. Green flag is out. Demel holding on strong for the lead. The 21 of Isaac Demmer holding on to second, but the 4S of Isaac Shaw wants that spot. We got an Isaac battle for second and third. Side-by-side action for fourth, as well as the 8 of Johnson is able to get by the 6 of Ethan Demmer. Yellow flag is out. Looks like the 8 plus of Shaw may have been having some issues. Ducked down.
Yeah.
19, 21, 4S, 6, 8, 88. Sounds like it's going to be our restarting order.
In front of the 8, please. 6 in front of the 8. 6 in front of the 8. 6 please in front of the 8.
Giving our drivers a minute to get resituated, reordered out on the track. And there we go. We got the 6 of Ethan Demmer moving up to their spot in 4th, ahead of the 8 of Johnson.
Okay, sounds good.
Lineup seems to be good now. Given the 1 to go sign, we will be green this time by next lap. Gonna tighten them up on the back stretch going into 3. Through 3 and 4. Demmel's gonna hit the pedal. Green flag is out. Back to Slingshot Racing. Demmel, Isaac Demmer, Isaac Shaw, your top 3. 8 plus a Taya Shaw going around in 1 and 2. Able to hold on to it though. Not gonna draw the caution this time. Demmel's got Isaac Demmer right on his trail. Nice little battle developing there for 1 and 2. Don't count out the 4S of Isaac Shaw though. 8 of Johnson's gonna go around in 2. Gonna draw another caution. Now, as a reminder, these racers out here, they're racing for $330 of cold, hard cash. So they're going to be putting their all to this. Passions are high in this class, causing a couple extra cautions than normal. Levi putting the green flag out, 1 to go. As we get resituated for another green flag start on this Slingshot main event. Demmel, Demmer, Shaw, Demmer, Kaler, Shaw, Johnson going into the backstretch. Single file through 3 and 4. Pedal to the metal, green flag flying. Kaler able to make a move up on the inside, move up to 4th. Another spin around in 1 and 2 between Shaw and Johnson. Gonna cause another yellow flag. After causing 2 cautions each, both 8s are gonna be pushed to the infield now. Gonna get our cars a chance to reline up. Both 8s off the track. We're down to 5 racers. The 19 of Jacob Demmel, still your leader. 21 of Isaac Demmer in 2nd. 4S of Isaac Shaw in 3rd. 88 of Cashton Kaler in 4th. And the 6 of Ethan Demmer rounding out your 5-car field. 12 laps to go in this Slingshot feature race.
This is not right. We're cutting
We're cutting this race down to 15 laps.
I was just saying when you're right there, 1, 2, and 3 are right there. Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Looks like the 8 of Johnson being brought back onto the track. Going green this time by, I believe. Green flag is out. Demmel pulling away from the rest of the field in the lead. The 21 and the 4S of our dual Isaacs holding on to second and third. Isaac Demmer in second, Isaac Shaw in third. Don't count out Cashton Kaler, the 88 in fourth, however. Kaler looking to the inside, spins out the 4S of Shaw. '88 of Kaler tried to make his way down low. Didn't quite have the room. After 2 cautions, the 88 of Kaler going to move to the infield. Back down to 5 racers.
How many laps you got in?
6.
Huh?
6 laps in this 15-lap feature. 1 to go sign is up for these racers. 6 laps down, 9 to go. 5 cars left on the field. Gonna bunch them up on the backstretch going into 3 and 4. Green flag is flying. Away we go. 21 of Isaac Demmer looks low, but the 19 of Demmel's able to pull away. Little scuttle between the 6 of Demmer and the 8 of Johnson. They're able to make it through 2, though, as they get side by side, banging and bashing in 3 and 4. 8 of Johnson moves up to 4th. Demmel, Demmer, Shaw, Johnson, Demmer, your top 5. '21 of Isaac Demmer slides out a little high. The 4S of Isaac Shaw looks down. Nothing quite there. '19 of Demmel pulling away from the field as the 8 of Johnson goes around again in 2. Another caution on 8 is going to push them to the infield. Down to 4 cars this time by. Sounds like the race officials are saying we're going green, white, checkered this time by. $330 on the line for these racers. Getting them a little caution happy this time. We started with 7. We're down to 4. 2 laps left. Who's it gonna be? Green flag is out. 19 of Demmel pulling away. 21 of Isaac Demmer hot on his trail. Little space back before we get to the 4S of Isaac Shaw and the 6 of Ethan Demmer. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go in this slingshot feature. Single file throughout the pack. 5 car lengths separate all of our competitors. 1 last time out of 4. Checkered flag is out. Demmel gonna get the win. 21 of Isaac Demmer holding on to second. And the 4S of Isaac Shaw gonna take that 3rd place spot on the podium. Jacob Demmel, sponsored by Loken Excavation and Drainage, Century Pumping of Hayfield, Bulk Loads, B&M Trailers of Mankato, Minnesota, Coles Electric of Owatonna, Minnesota, Demmel Logistics, Dylan Turk Custom Balling and Trucking, George's of Geneva, Matt Demmel Trucking, Nat's Family Farms of Waltham, Minnesota, Tony Plague Trucking, Prestige Pets of Hayfields, and Elite Scoopers of Hayfield. We're going to give these drivers a chance to get out of their vehicles, get their helmets off. And as we give these racers a moment to collect themselves after a hard-fought battle, make sure you put your hands together for our top 3 competitors. Once again, Demmel with the win. Isaac Demmer taking second. The 4S of Isaac Shaw in third. As our racers get out, put your hands together for your winner, the 19 of Jacob Demmel. A quick note out there to all our racers who are finished for the night. Feel free to come on up to the announcer's tower and we can give you your paychecks up here. If you've cleared tech already, you're able to come up here, collect your dollars, and make your way out.
Two main events left on this Sunday evening portion of our 3-day Cannon River Rumble here at the Cannon River Raceway. Two main events left. The intermediate wing feature and our Sportsman flat cart feature will be our final feature of the night.
Yep, the last one, that's what they wanted.
Slingshots make their way out of the Matt Demmel Trucking victory lane, head back towards their haulers for some celebrations after a hard-fought battle through that feature event. As I mentioned earlier, we've got two main events left to wrap up our 3-day special extravaganza, the Cannon River Rumble, here at Cannon River Raceway.
Yeah, we started out really good. It was like the heats were like done.
First of the final two will be our intermediate wing competitors. And here they come. Entering the track via turn number 4, starting lineup, we'll have Reese Smith, from Stanley, Wisconsin on the pole in the number 44 machine. Alongside of him, starting on the outside of the front row, will be Dorchester, Wisconsin's Abigail Blazel with the number 29. Row number 2 on the inside, the 56 of Allison Blazel, also from Dorchester. On the outside, the 95 of Caleb Knops. Then it will be Sydney Knops from Chippewa Falls in the 29X, and Weston Johnson from Clayton, Wisconsin in the 28 intermediate wing. 20-lap feature for these 6 racers. Reese Smith, current point leader in the regular season competition at Cannon River Raceway. Green flag is out. Smith will indeed lead the pack into turn number 1. We've got 2 29s nose to tail, second and third, then the 28 of Johnson up to 4th. Caleb Knops in the 95 battled for a moment side by side with the 56 of Allison Blazel. Smith still your race leader. Reese Smith opening up at 3. Cart length advantage down the back straightaway in front of the Hoosier banner. Blazel and Knops. Abigail Blazel running second in the 29. Sydney Knops running third in the 29X. 28 of Weston Johnson running 4th. And the 95 of Caleb Knops rounding out the top 5. Flirted with 3 wide that time through turn number 2 as the 28 of Johnson tried to work inside the 29X of Sydney Knops. No room at the end, had to settle back into 4th. Attempting a bump and run out of 4. Johnson can't quite make it happen. Weston Johnson finally up alongside the 29X of Sydney Knops. Oh, your leader spins in 1 and 2 with the rest of the field bearing down on him. Reese Smith gives up the lead with a self-spin in 1 and 2. So Reese Smith looked like he had this one well in hand. Turned that cart around. And that transition from turn 1 to turn 2. And Reese will have to drop to the tail end of the field. So the restart lineup will now have Abigail Blazel out front. In the 29, Sydney Knops from Chippewa Falls second in the 29X, then Weston Johnson restarting third in the 28. We bring him back up to speed with the flying of the green flag. 7 laps down, 13 to go in this intermediate wing, 20-lap main event. '95 of Knops goes around in turn number 3. Caleb Knops lost touch with the rear end in turn number 3. That cart spun around, ended up facing the infield. Second caution flies. Still Abigail Blazel, your race leader. Got everybody in the correct restart position. Give them the 1 to go signal this time by. Reese Smith was able to work past the 56 machine of Allison Blazel up to 4th. We will see if Reese will have any better luck working through the traffic than the 28 of Johnson. Johnson caught the 29X of Sydney Knops, but has not really been able to make a move for position. Green is out. Abigail leads the pack. Down the back stretch into 3. Caleb way up in the marbles. Nice save by Caleb Knops from keeping that intermediate wing from looping out in 3 and 4. Back to the front, Abigail Blazel, your race leader. Sydney Knops second. Johnson again tries a 3-wide battle for position in turn 2. Not enough room. Johnson wants to work underneath that 29X, but runs out of room each time they get into turn number 2. 3 wide out of 4. Challenge for the lead. The 29X up alongside the 29. And Sydney Knops is your new race leader. Johnson battles up to second. Abigail Blazel back to third. Hold on to it. Look out, look out, look out. Abigail Blazel spins out of turn at number 4. And the caution flies. After leading the first half of this feature, Abigail Blazel let the right side of that cart just get up and out of the groove. In 3 and 4, rear end stepped out from underneath Abby. And around went the 29 with a soft kiss of the Armco barrier on the front straightaway. Nothing bent up, but Abigail, the cause of the caution with the 29 Blazel Racing entry. Allison Blazel opting to restart at the tail end. That'll put Abigail up to 5th for the restart. 1 to go signal for Sydney Knops now. Knops taking advantage of the opening. A couple of laps prior when Abigail got a little wide in 4, was able to take the lead away. Johnson tried to muscle underneath, couldn't quite get there. Johnson restarts second. Green flag in the air. 13 laps down, 7 to go for our intermediate wing competitors. Abigail Blazel tries to work underneath the 95 of Caleb Knops. Right behind early race leader Reese Smith. Sydney Knops still your race leader. Weston Johnson second. Abigail Blazel up to 4th now, right behind Smith in the 44. Johnson running second in the 28. Well, Sydney Knops doing a great job of pulling away from the 28 of Johnson. Has opened up a multi-cart advantage as the race leader. 2 cart lengths out of 2, separating first from second. Abigail Blazel trying to work underneath the 44 of Reese Smith. Caleb Knops in the 95 now up to 4th. So a hard-fought 3-cart battle for 3rd. White flag is out for Sydney Knops. 1 more trip around the Cannon River Raceway. Sydney Knops comes out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Sydney Knops gets the win. Weston Johnson across the line for second. And early race leader Reese Smith will round out the top 3 in the 44. A $330 payday for your feature winner, Sydney Knops from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, piloting the 29X tonight. Sydney on the scales. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Across the scales for the 29X.
The 44 was
It sounds like we may have a cart light at the scale. Officials are discussing the situation here.
Ryan, and then send the 29 around. Do not no. Send the 29 around, Aspen. Aspen, send the 29 around. You need to go scale.
29X up onto the scale one more time just to make sure to verify here.
Push her to the scale. Let's scale it one more time. What was it at, Ryan?
Looks like Dad deciding he wants to save a little gas in the tank there for the second scaling. I'm going to push him around. We've seen it all, right? We know what's going on.
Make sure that starter's not on the back.
Got the starter hanging on the back of the cart as well. We'll pull that off the cart, make sure that's not being scaled. Coming up light, second time, no win for the 29X.
Here, I'll come down. I'll scale it.
Race director Jeff Suber just wanted everyone to understand that he ran down there to double check it himself. Cart's still light. The new winner of our intermediate wing main event will be the 28 of Weston Johnson. Weston Johnson now gets a $330 payday. Second place will be Reese Smith with a 44. And inheriting a cash-paying third-place finish will be the 95 of Caleb Knops. There is your new top three in the Matt Demmel Trucking Victory Lane. High drama at the end of our intermediate wing feature. But how about a nice round of applause for our new feature winner, Weston Johnson in the 28. One more main event yet to go. It'll be our Sportsman flat cart 20-lap feature.
As we get all situated after that fun and dramatic main event, we want to make sure we thank our last couple sponsors of the evening, Midwest Food and Tobacco. Midwest Food and Tobacco Group is a wholesale distributor located in Menominee, Wisconsin. They service convenience stores, groceries, bars, taverns, concession stands, smoke shops, and tribal smoke shops throughout Wisconsin and Minnesota. They're the go-to distributor. Please stop by the concession stand and give some of their products a try. Along with that, we also have Cannon Cruisers Car Club. The Cannon Cruisers Car Club's activities revolve around classic car restoration, collection, and cruising as a club, with various activities like attending Back to the 50s, Street Machine Nationals, and various cruise-ins in the area. And once again, we'd like to give a thanks to Matt Bowl at MBTV Sports. Free live streaming coverage on Facebook and YouTube. If you didn't tell your friends and family not here at the track about it, they still have one last chance to check them out, both on Facebook and YouTube. Once again, that was MBTV Sports, both on Facebook and YouTube. And that right there will bring us to our final feature race of the evening, Sportsman Flat Kart Racing. Now let's start up with that starting lineup. Starting on the pole, the Sorensen's Appliance Service, MCI Paint and Drywall, Matt Demmel Trucking, 17T at Travis Underdahl. Beside him, the 555 out of Hudson, Wisconsin of Matt Volchek. Inside row number 2, the S. Henshin Gibson Electric Global Technical Solutions, 55 of Trayton Vlachek. Outside row number 2, Firestone Complete Auto Cares, 18 of Mike Pedersen. Inside of row number 3, Mechanical Systems Midwest Concrete and Masonry Gillis Tree Care, 19 of Tom Gillis. Outside of row number 3, the 88 of Ira Webb from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Inside row 4, Sorensen's Appliance Service, MCI Paint and Drywall, Demo Logistics, 17 of Tegan Underdahl from Northfield, Wisconsin. Matt Trouch, John Inglet, Haley McQuiston, Devin Wagenbach, and David Abbott rounding out your field. Green flag flies. We're Sportsman Flat Car Racing, ladies and gentlemen. Going into 1, it's going to be the 17T of Travis Underdahl holding on to the lead, with the 555 of Matt Vlachek close in second. Making it through the first lap unscathed. Single file for the first 5 racers before we have a nice battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th between the 17, 09, and the 81. The 09 of Trouch gonna win that battle there. Setting his eyes on the 5th place racer, the 19 of Gillis. Still out front though, it's the 17T of Northfield's Travis Underdahl. Hot on his tail though, 555 of Matt Vlachek. Just 0.3 seconds behind. And we got a nice little gap before we get back to the 18 of Mike Pedersen. And just like that, we're going to have a caution. Seems like we're having some issues with the 19 of Gillis. Looks like we might have a throttle stuck going onto the infield.
Was it the other 19 or was it that one? I didn't see it.
As we get our carts all situated back on the front straightaway, gonna get them relined up. 4 laps into this 20-lap feature race. Final race of the evening for our Cannon River Rumble, a 3-day event taking place Friday, Saturday, and today, coming to a close with this last feature race of the weekend. Making sure we have our lineup for our green flag all set and ready to go.
Someone pissed, someone happy. What it is, they can't take sides. I don't think he dumped him. I don't think he dumped him. I just got him to lose. All right, driver, then we'll start making trends. Start making trends right now. 09 is past 19, but the 19.
Just want to make sure we have the correct restart order before we get back to green flag racing. Race director up here in the tower getting...
All right, going on. Here we go. Line up. 555
Sounds like our starting order is going to be 17T of Underdahl, 555 of Matt Vilcek, 18 of Pedersen, 55 of Trayton Vilcek, 09 of Trouch, 81 of Inglet, 88 of Webb, 17 of Tegan Underdahl, 19 of Gillis, 23 of McQuiston, 57 of Abbott, this time around, one more lap till we're back to green flag racing. Single file throughout the pack. We're gonna scrunch them up here on the back stretch. One more time into 3 and 4 under caution. Green flag is out. We're Sportsman Flat Cart Racing. 17T of Travis Underdahl holding on to the early lead, but the 555 of Matt Vilcek is right behind him. Nice little three-way battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Trouch looks low, trying to get up to that 4th spot. Ends up going high. Can't seem to get around the 55 of Trayton Vilcek. Single file throughout the speedway. Trouch underneath Vilcek, side by side going into 1. Trouch gonna make the move. And behind him, the 81 of Inglet gonna try to follow up behind him. He's now into 5th. 55 of Vilcek pushed back to 6th. Two-cart battle up at the front though. 17T of Underdahl and the 555 of Matt Vilcek. Nice little space before we get back to the 09 of Trouch, who's moved his way up to 3rd. 81 of Inglet, though, moving up to 4th alongside him. Coming into lap traffic, this might cause some drama. Both the 17T and the 555 are able to get beneath the 57 of Abbott. No issues there. It's still Underdahl and Vilcek. But keep an eye out on the 09 of Trouch as he set a new lap record, 12.214 that time around. He's slowly but surely gaining on our top 2 competitors. Underdahl, Vilcek, Trouch. Trouch continuing to set fastest lap times for the race. Side by side on the front stretch. Vilcek looking to the outside, not going to be able to do it. Trouch right behind him as well. We have a 3-way battle for the lead. Trouch looks low, can't quite do it, looks high. Nothing there, stuck behind the 555 of Vilcek, looks down low, side by side on the back stretch. Who's it going to be? Trouch able to make the pass. The 555 of Vilcek slides up, pushes back to 5th, 4th. It's now Underdahl and Trouch, 1 and 2. Gets past Abbott to lap him a second time. Trouch looks low. Underdahl covers it. Trouch goes high, tries to go side by side, nothing quite there, needs a little more traction. Looks down low, makes the pass clean. Trouch is your new race leader. Underdahl back to 2nd. The 81 of Inglet in 3rd. 555 of Vilcek in 4th. And the 55 of Trayton Vilcek in 5th. Crouch able to make the pass, slowly but surely pulling away from the 17 of Underdall. We got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, we got $660 on the line here for this win. Crouch able to make a $400 pass for the lead there. 2 laps to go. White flag is out for Crouch. One more time around this circle. One final time into 3 and 4. A commanding lead. Checkered flag is out for the 09 of Matt. Crouch gonna get $660 richer. 17 of Travis Underdall gonna settle for a second, with the 81 of John Inglet holding on for third. Nice battles throughout the field there, but the pass of the race is going to be for the lead. Crouch able to make a $400 pass from second into first. As we get our racers across the scale, don't want another situation. We'll pull our 3 podium racers into the Matt Demmel Trucking, but put your hands together for your race winner, the 09 out of Holman, Wisconsin. Give it up for Matt Crouch. Alrighty, folks, it's been a long weekend. 3 days of racing for the Cannon River Rumble here. We were here Friday night and Saturday night for qualifying. Tonight was the big money event. Thank you all for coming out this weekend. Don't forget, we will be back in 2 weeks. August 10th, Saturday, we'll be here for another round of regular racing, back to season points racing. On behalf of everyone at Cannon River Raceway, thank you all for coming on out, not just tonight, but this whole weekend. It's been great having you all, but just remember, racing's for on the track. Drive safely on your way home, and thank you all for coming out.